Good evening, customers of Knowhere Games and Comics. It's me, Matthias, here with the ever so wonderful, always so talkative, except when I need him to be, Richard Rebello.
I talk.
And we're here to talk to you about the comics that are on Final Order Cutoff this Monday, February 17th. If you're not familiar with Final Order Cutoff, this is something we as comic retailers get to deal with every Monday as we finalize our orders for comics that are 3 weeks out. These are the comics that are on Final Order Cutoff on March
11th, I think.
11th, good, because
Right?
I had forgotten about that. Thank you.
11th.
No. So these will be comics we'll be releasing on Wednesday, March 11th. So now is your chance to finalize any orders. This is perfect for people like you who might be watching this so you can finalize any requests that you might have for specific issues. Or say you want a specific cover, like Robin is having his 80th anniversary special one-shot, and if you want the 1970s style themed variant, you can tell me that and I will make sure it's set aside for you. If you want, say, 10 copies of the upcoming Ghosted in LA from the wonderful studio that is Boom, we can make sure you get all 10 of those copies. These are important things because there's one we will be talking about in a short bit that will remind you all why Final Order Cutoff is an important time and you guys should finalize your orders ahead of that. So that way we can guarantee you as many copies as you want on any specific cover you want. That is the goal of Final Order Cutoff, because by the time we finalize our orders at Monday, midnight Eastern Time, which is going to be 9 p.m. Pacific Standard, that is the end. That is the lock-off on all the comics that will be available to us. After that, we're just getting lucky with any leftovers back at the distributor. So, if you have any specific requests, you can leave them in the comments. You can email us at knowheregamesandcomics@gmail.com. You can give us a call. You can swing in and add your pull or adjustment orders on our pull adjustment order sheet. And otherwise, we will do our best to make sure that you get those as long as you get those orders to us by 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday. So, shall we dive in the way we traditionally do?
Sure.
And we traditionally start... Oh, no, go ahead. Where are you?
Oh, I was going to say, you can't get Batman 89. I grabbed the last 10 copies. Sorry.
Yeah, that's where we're going with that. Sorry, guys, Batman 89 is locked
Just
up.
kidding, I didn't get the last 10. But we're going to start with Boom.
Boom! All right. Wow, that was a depressing way to start this.
We'll get to
thing.
DC and Batman 89 at some point.
Yeah. Boom! All right, so booming it in. Thank you, George. By the way, there will likely be a comment in the comments soon with a link to where you can follow along at home. If you are following along at home, it is previewsworld.com/finalordersdue. That is the URL you're going to want to go to see all the comics that are on Final Order Cutoff. We're just going to talk about the certain spotlights and big deal ones that you're going to want to see. Number one, special alternate covers, etc. But you can see every book on Final Order Cutoff at previewsworld.com/finalordersdue. Link soon to be in the comments if it's not already. For those of you who are not watching live with us, you guys have the advantage of we already have our shit together. And there we will have a lot of fun things to look over. But let's start with Boom, which has a couple interesting things, including an original graphic novel called All My Friends Are Ghosts. This is going to be a wonderful mid-grade graphic novel, so great for the most part all ages. Written by S.M. Vidauri and Hannah Krieger. And it deals with a girl who's friends with ghosts.
When he says mid-grade, he's referring to like grade school level, not the quality of the book and the condition it's in.
Yes,
it's going to be new. So.
Jim Henson is bringing back the storytellers once again for Ghosts. I don't know how many people remember the old Jim Henson Storyteller series from the 1980s. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved it. You know,
I
the
love
Greek
everything Jim
season was
Henson.
amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Including the new Dark Crystal show that was on Netflix.
I gotta finish that. But yeah, Boom, once again, continuing their Jim Henson stuff. They are actually doing the Dark Crystal comic series, but they are bringing Storyteller back for another miniseries. This will be a 4-issue miniseries focused on classic tales of ghosts. It's cool because every one of these storytellers takes these mythological creatures and gives us the great myths of various nations as short stories that are normally individual single issues, part of a miniseries fitting that theme. And this theme is going to be ghosts. So in this issue that has 3 really dark and haunting and amazing covers, my favorite being the FOC one that really is a pirate-esque tone, is going to have a story written by Mark Laszlo with his own art on that. Mark Laszlo will also be doing art dealing with the Scandinavian folklore behind ghosts. So really interesting concept there. I'm super hyped on. I mean, any of these covers really reaching out to you there, Richard?
All of them were, but that's actually what grabbed my attention was these covers, and then I looked at what it was and who they were by, and I was like even more intrigued. But yeah, all 3 covers are phenomenal.
Yeah, that B cover actually is by the artist
I think
Laszlo.
is the one that got my attention first, but I like them all, so would have a hard time choosing.
Yeah, I mean, all these are beautiful.
We really do need to like figure out how to like pre-record these and do the premiere so they could see the images with us, because unfortunately Facebook Live doesn't let us show you the images. But
yeah, we'll get this figured out at some point. Facebook will either concede to our requests, which we are sending them, or we'll just come up with magic alternate ways. Yeah, I know. No, we'll figure this out at some point. We'll just get a TV that just projects my screen. But ooh, actually, holy cow!
Could just do that.
Well, there we go. So fun ideas there. It was a brilliant idea. I hate that I just came up with that right now mid live stream.
I'm shocked that you came up with a smart idea. Red Mother's hitting the 4th printing for issue number 1 and a second printing for issue number 2. Fantastic read. Are these all gonna be connecting from 2 and 4?
I don't know if we're gonna get a second printing on number 3, but yeah, this does connect ever so wonderfully. The second printing and the 4th printing.
They're gorgeous, and the story is phenomenal. So
amazing story. If you haven't read this, this is one of the greatest suspense horrors I have read. I am on the edge of my seat every page when each issue comes out. And we have first printings onward for 1 and 2 in stock. These are beautiful alternate covers, and like I said, they connect. I'm probably gonna end up repurchasing this again. Yeah, but getting phone calls while doing a live stream.
Mr. Popular over here.
Yeah.
Moving on, we're going to jump into Dark Horse. Dark Horse has actually been doing really some killer stuff lately, so I'm excited to see what we got. I haven't looked at any of the FOC this week, so I'm seeing it for the first time live.
It's a fun thing about doing live is actually we're both looking at this. I'm kind of eyeing through everything myself.
Let's see, we got Little Mermaid trade paperback. Yes.
Yeah, for those of you who are fans of Disney's Frozen, there is a story of the movies in comics hardcover, so you're going to get the adaptation of the movie in a hardcover, for $15. Not a bad purchase at all, because the interior artwork they've been doing on these Frozen comics have been amazing.
So nothing new, just a bunch of trade paperbacks.
Yeah, a lot of continuing things, but you know what? That's a good sign for Dark Horse. That means that their stuff is popular enough that it continues on. They don't always have to put out a number 1.
Yep. Well, Tales from Harrow County is wrapping up issue number 4, so
finally
I know that's a really popular series as well. So
Cullen Bunn kicking butt as always. I'm really excited to see Cullen Bunn's announcement he's been tweeting about. Hopefully, we'll see that soon.
Yeah, that's picked up a lot
of steam. As if I don't know.
Tweeted.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's actually getting a lot of credit. But yeah, it's Cullen Bunn. He deserves it. He's an awesome guy.
All right.
Here's the big one. DC Comics. I hate to tell you all. Those of you who pre-ordered Batman 89, you guys are the ones getting Batman 89. There's not going to be a single copy hitting the wall of the first printing. I hate to be the bearer of bad news a whole 5 days before the release, but this is probably the most demanded and post-ordered comic we have ever had. I have put in a huge reorder, and I put it in really early on, and my fingers are absolutely crossed that we will be getting it. But the honest reality is that's probably not the case. This, if you're not aware, Batman 89 is going to be the first the cameo appearance of Punchline, the new girlfriend, the new Harley Quinn, the new girlfriend of the Joker. And realistically, all we see is her jawline, as she talks on the phone to Joker. Her real first appearance is going to be in Forever Evil, or Year of the Villain, Forever Evil number 3. Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen number 3. I don't know why I always want to make that Forever Evil. Anyway, so Punchline's first full appearance will be in Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen number 3. But we get her cameo in Batman 89. Obviously, everyone's freaking out because could you imagine having the first appearance of Harley Quinn? If we can go back in time and buy your copies of Batman Adventures number 12, that's quite the big deal. Unfortunately, that is not the scenario we have here. We have something all more unique and, once again, way too late in the game. So you don't want to miss out on Batman 89. Monday is the final order cutoff for the second printing of Batman 89. This is once again proof that final order cutoff saves you. If you got your order in before the final order cutoff of Batman 89, you're getting a copy. Now's your chance to get the second printing before it sells out in advance. You want 20, 30, 50 copies of it? I'll get it for you. Just make sure you come in and place your order. That is the big deal on this. Do not miss out on this. Punchline is going to be a huge character a decade from now. You watch. This is going to be another Harley Quinn. Make sure you get your orders in. Second printing on final order cutoff. I need order numbers by Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Nice. Nope, there's only one cover for this.
Yeah, one cover. It's a second printing.
Yeah, so this is what I always say, like, always get your FOC in. It's important, because this book in the first printing I've already seen this weekend is currently pre-selling on eBay. So no one has taken delivery on these yet, because it doesn't come out yet until Wednesday. Pre-selling on eBay for around $40 a pop. So if you need to go help this gentleman that keeps trying to reach out to you, I will talk for a while about Batman 89 if you want to do that.
No, go for it. I'm just going to type awkwardly on the screen.
He's very important. Someone needs his attention.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm shocked that they're being pre-bought, but then obviously because it's sold out.
Be huge,
but that goes to show how important it is to make a relationship with your local comic book store. If you don't have one, there's plenty online that will set up pull lists for you online.
We'll set up pull lists and ship for you.
Yeah. So it's doable. Don't miss out on these books. Don't pay these outrageous $40 because you did not get it out ahead of this.
I want to add on, because I do know a few stores actually do share our live stream. So even if you're not shopping at Knowhere, though I really appreciate all of you that are shopping at Knowhere, and we are happy to ship comics to you if you're not local. But for those of you who are, and this is the reason why this one won't be shared, talk to your local comic book store. Talk to your local comic book store. Get your orders in before final order cutoff. If for some odd reason that you are seeing this live stream and your local comic shop isn't doing a final order cutoff, talk to your local comic shop and convince them to do a final order cutoff. It's available for all local comic book stores. Get those orders adjusted before the final order cutoff so you can get what you want guaranteed.
Yep, and then you don't miss out.
Talking to you, Ed Samberg at Comics
Don't pay $30, don't pay $40 for a comic book. But the other thing I find really interesting about this is apparently, while the case is closed on 181, Hulk 181, we're going to have this conversation every single time a new character comes out. This is absolutely a cameo.
This is, unlike
Absolutely,
Hulk 180, which is the
cameo.
first appearance of Wolverine.
Not to short sell it now, but it is absolutely a cameo, and it's already hitting second print. DC is pumping this one up like crazy. People are going to buy this one. They're going to buy the Year of the Villain. They're going to buy Batman 90 because that's when she appears next. Batman 90 is a good one to get because there's also a new villain in that one as well besides her. I just find that fascinating that people are just so rabid about this whole concept of what is a first appearance. And while they will stand firm on 180 versus 181, every single other issue gets the debate.
Yeah, no,
it's kind of fun to watch. I just sit back and enjoy the arguing online while I already pre-ordered my books and I read it for only $4.
Yeah, can't complain on that aspect. But yeah, so once again, huge point to make for all of you watching. Why final order cutoff is important. Batman 89 is the best example I think we will face in at least the next few years. Hopefully the last one we face like this. But get your orders in. This one was a big one. I'm sorry to say if you didn't get your order in. I really hate to be the asshole who tells you that you missed out, but you missed out. Get your orders in for the second printing. Don't wait for the third, fourth, fifth, or whatever printing. This is going to be big, especially because DC does not like doing late printings. We're probably not going to see a third printing on this. Moving on, actually a big one I want to point out. Batman and the Outsiders is 11. It's hitting its continuing, run. Normally we don't talk about, like issues that have been, going for an ongoing series for a while. Issue 11 has a really amazing B cover by Gabriel Dell'Otto, who is one of the best artists in comics, an amazing cover artist. He has a wraparound cover of Ra's al Ghul, double scimitar. It looks amazing. I think this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. You need to get your orders in on this. This is going to be that sleeper hit that a lot of comic shops are going to sleep on, particularly those not doing final order cutoff. Once again, if you're a comic shop watching this, why aren't you doing final order cutoff?
So the cover is what drew my eye on this one. I love Dell'Otto. I love these covers that he's been doing. This is a series that I know is very popular. People are really enjoying it. I hear it's great, but I have not been reading it because I just have too much in my pull list. But I saw this, and I was like, I need this cover. It is very reminiscent of the ones that he's recently done for Marvel over the last year or so. Daredevil, Elektra, and a couple others. And it's kind of like, the closest thing I could say is like those black velvet paintings. of dogs playing poker, but better artwork. Because it's this black. They're all black covers.
Yes,
and
I
they
give you
look
that,
like
yeah.
they're hand painted, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and they're stunning, and there's just absolutely something that I've never seen on a comic book before. The style, and this one being a wraparound, and the first one I think for DC that he's done in this style, it's definitely going to be a collector.
Yes.
If you're a completionist like I am, now you're just like, well, now I need this one because it's a Del Oro cover.
And it is beautiful. Like, that is... I can't fathom what the painting that he originally did is going to go for. I can easily imagine high 5 figures.
Yeah.
But, oh.
I mean, if you go into the website and check out the cover, you'll know what I mean by those black velvet paintings. Yep. He's using the black as part of the medium to create the character in the painting. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, so if the link isn't there already, I hope that it will be there by the time you're looking at this. Previousworld.com/finalordersdue. Hopefully link is in the comments.
Get on it, George.
Comments, hopefully we'll get that going there. But yeah, take a look at it. It's an amazing one. Moving on, let's see where we got. Facsimile edition of probably one of my favorite issues of comics ever. One of my favorite characters ever has always been Dick Grayson. Thank you, George Sangster, for getting the comments in there or the link in the comments for Final Orders Due. Anyway, sorry. Facsimile edition of one of my favorite comics ever. The first appearance of one of my favorite comic characters ever, Dick Grayson, the original Robin, in Detective Comics number 38. And that is an iconic cover. It's an amazing one. And, I mean, you're looking at literally like 6 figures if you were to buy that nowadays. So, Bill Finger, Jerry Siegel, Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, some of the biggest names in DC Comics publishing of the Golden Age, in this amazing book that you can now get for just $4. You need to grab this. It is an amazing one.
I love that they're finally giving Bill Finger credit.
Yeah, Bill Finger is a man who deserved a lot of credit as his involvement in creation of characters like Joker, Batman, etc. So
well done, DC.
Yeah,
because when they finally settled all that, they didn't go back and give him credit on any of the but finally.
Yeah,
but yes,
Bob
this is a great
cover's classic.
Great issue. Who doesn't like a little dick? That's going on YouTube, and we'll just totally not get monetized.
Yep. All right. So, yeah. Another great reprint is going to be, because we're coming up on the 80th anniversary of Robin, is the death of the second Robin, the Robin I like the least, but most of you love. It is Jason Todd, the current Red Hood. His death in Batman 428 was the key defining moment of Death of the Family, as all of us called in. And did you actually call in and pay to, call in and vote who to kill in Death of the Family?
Yeah, I wanted this Robin to be killed. Okay,
yeah. So Richard 100% is at fault for why Jason Todd got killed. But if you like Joker taking a crowbar to Batman, for $1 you cannot miss out on this issue. This is an amazing deal for a book that's normally like a $40 book.
I also called to say who was going to kill Mr. Burns in The Simpsons. Remember that one too?
I actually don't.
It's back in the day when we were.
Oh wait, no, I remember. We got
to interact with our stuff. Now it's just you just watch it on YouTube.
You maybe vote on an online poll and everyone overtakes it. Another great $1 reprint would be Robin #1. This is the 1999 Robin, which would be. Can you remember it?
Drake.
No. Tim Drake. Yes, indeed. Good job. High five. There we go. Tim Drake. So we get 3 Robin reprints in 1 week. You get the first appearance of Dick Grayson. You get the death of Jason Todd, because really that's all that matters. And then the reprint of Robin #1, a series that literally went to 130-plus issues, if I recall correctly.
I love that. You get the introduction of 2 of them and the death of the one that no one... Well, I guess a lot of people liked him,
No one wants to see Jason Todd stealing tires off the Batmobile. Actually, when he wrote it that way,
I kind of want to see it in a movie.
Cool, yeah. God, actually, that's way better than Dick's Origin. But, yeah.
Did it again.
There we go. Moving on. My favorite thing to say on live streams. 751, because for those of you who aren't aware, we are hitting the anniversary issue of Flash, his 80th anniversary, I believe. That's not correctly. It's nowhere near that because it's Barry Allen's anniversary, so it would be somewhere around his 73rd? 63rd? Something like that. He first appeared in 1957, I want to say, in Showcase 22. Yeah. Anyway, the 750th issue of
coming up on
Flash is coming
75-ish.
in. Yeah, 750th issue is coming up on Flash. And as such, they're renumbering the series just like they did Wonder Woman. So we're now coming up on the new anniversary titling and numbering for Flash. So he will be Flash 751, which has a beautiful Jung Yeon Yoon cover that just is amazing, as well as the traditional cover with a awesome bit of Godspeed on there, which will be really, really key once you guys read 750. Drawn by Raphael Sandoval and Howard Porter. So make sure your orders in on that. Joshua Williamson kicking butt. We keep selling out of Flash. I keep ordering more, and it's never enough. Get your pre-orders in for Flash. And soon we get to be talking about the Green Lantern 80th anniversary.
Yeah, all of them are hitting their anniversaries. It's going to be a big time for just milking those $10 books.
Yeah. So speaking of anniversaries, shall we talk about Robin?
Robin.
I mean, we haven't spoken enough about Robin. Yeah. 80th anniversary of Dick Grayson and the costume that is known as Robin. The sidekick of Batman, one of my favorite characters ever, is getting some awesome ones. There's an amazing, amazing Jim Lee variant that is an alternate take on that Bob Kane original cover to Detective Comics number 38. But a lot of different covers, each one focusing on a various decade of Robin's existence. 1950s one by Tedesco, yeah. 1960s?
Oh, who did it? It was Dustin Nguyen.
1970s.
Is Carrie Andrews.
1980s, and this one's iconic.
Who else would have done the 80s?
I mean, it's the man behind Dark Knight
Frank
Returns.
Miller.
There you go. 1990s, actually a really interesting choice.
Jim Chung.
And then we have my favorite one from the 2000s.
Derek Chu.
Which has Stephanie Brown. It's the only one to really have a female Robin on there, because even the Frank Miller is not going to be Carrie Kelly. Fuck, that's a beautiful cover.
Does Yasmin Putri's not, since she has all the Robins?
I don't know. Let's take a look. The 2010s cover, as was denoted, was Yasmin Putri, and let's see what covers on there. I see
2, 3.
Oh, it has.
4,
Oddly
5,
enough, so
6
yes.
Robins.
Ooh, wow. That has Dick, Damien, Tim, Jason, Carrie, and Stephanie. Ooh.
It's a lot of Robins.
I need that. That's a great cover. Yasmin Putri is an amazing artist on there. And a blank cover to add to it. So this is one of those ones where it's always good to tell me which covers you want, especially if you want multiple covers, because sometimes multiple covers will make it a little bit harder post-final order cutoff when you only get what is left on the wall. A lot of times people get in very specific. I think that Derek Chu cover is going to be a really hot one. People are going to go crazy on. Stephanie Brown was an amazing, amazing Robin, so make sure you grab that.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. The ones that are going to be right or wrong, the popular ones, are the Chu, the Putri, and obviously the Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Frank Miller probably coming in their fourth.
Actually, you know what? Frank Miller might be Carrie Kelly.
As far as just the crazy collectors and the flippers and things like that buying these all up, I'm going to tell you which one is going to be
Frank Miller is the Carrie Kelly.
Sleeper hit. The Tedesco.
Yes, I agree. The Tedesco is definitely going to be the hot one. I mean, it has that awesome... that is that 1966 look of Robin. Like, this is, Burt Ward as Robin. You have that unbelievable 1966 Batman, Adam West style in the background. It is beautiful.
Yep. I love Tedesco. I love that all the artwork he's doing on all the Daredevil covers. So
yeah. I love that we were both downing energy drinks to stay awake for this live stream.
I started with coffee. Now I'm on energy drinks.
There we go.
Because I'm not going to yawn on this one.
Yeah. Another big ones we have to point out. Obviously, Titans Giant getting a one-shot, or not a one-shot, an ongoing series, the new 100 pages for $5. Reprints several classic stories and has some new stories such as the Phil Hester and Scott Koblish 16-page history lesson story that deals with Raven now in college. Finally, it only took her 30 years to get up to that level.
She's a slow learner.
Yeah. Getting Nightwing to join the squad to help look out, as well as we get some amazing reprints from the 1977 Teen Titans series, as well as the 2015 Starfire, which is a great one. I believe that was Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. And Super Sons #1 from 2018, which was Peter Tomasi. It was really just me testing my knowledge of do I know who created these various stories, because they're not written on here.
I thought he was just bragging that he actually knew them all.
Yeah, and then of course, really fun one. Wonder Woman 753 has the most amazing Jay Lee cover. I'm loving that. What are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of Jay Lee. I was actually discussing this with George earlier. I am more of a fan of his non-superhero artwork than, I don't know. It's just me personally.
Oh yeah, Dark Tower, Red Sun.
Yeah, those are. It's all very similar, obviously, because it's Jay Lee and it's his style. But I think his style fits the non-superhero genre a little bit better. That said, it is an absolutely gorgeous cover.
Yeah. And then we end DC's comment with the thing that started us. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Batman 89 is the cameo of Punchline, Joker's new girlfriend. You see a jawline as she talks on the phone. You want the first appearance. You want to see her full figure. You want to see what her costume looks like. You want to see who she is. You need You're the Villain, Hellrisen #3. I hate to say, if any copies hit the wall, it will surprise me. We have so many pre-orders coming in for a book that's coming out 2 weeks from now. In 3 weeks, you can get the second printing. If you want multiple copies, this is your chance. Tell me by Monday at 8 p.m. because You're the Villain, Hellrisen issue #3 is getting a second printing. That's final order cutoff Monday. So make sure you get me these orders in. If you want 10, 20, 50 copies, I'll get it for you. God knows this will be a book well beyond its cover price value. But I need to know now. Now is the time you tell me this is going to be big. Punchline. It's like if we can go back in time some 30 years with the Birds of Prey movie currently in theater, and you could say, hey, do you want Batman Adventures #12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn? This is it. You're the Villain 3, Hell Arisen, will be the first actual appearance of Punchline. You see her in full figure. You see her on multiple pages. This is a big deal.
I'm going to beat every single one of your customers to the next Punchline.
Mm-hmm.
Put me down. Batman 94, art germ cover.
That's another one. Get us ahead. I mean, we are still a few weeks out. We're still a month or two out, but I think before we hit final order cutoff on that.
I'm first in line.
That art germ cover looks beautiful. Actually, you might not be first in line, I hate to say.
Fingers crossed, it might even be her first cover appearance. Who knows?
I actually think that legitimately will be her first cover appearance. And, oh, that art germ cover looks stunning. Like, it's not the costume we'll see her in the book, but, you know, it is an awesome piece.
Who beat me?
I don't know. I'd have to go take a look at the...
darn Ernesto, wasn't it?
It might have been Ernesto. I don't know. You know, my favorite part is Ernesto, as often as he is in here, doesn't watch these live streams. So, you know, you guys get an advantage. You know, but yeah, always be on top of this stuff. We always keep our previews catalogs up by the front counter so you can look at this stuff the second we get to see it. Actually, it's often before we get to see it because I get them in, put it out for sale, and then I completely forget that I have to look at it.
You will need that advantage to beat Nesto to a buck. Yeah,
that is true. So, Army of Darkness, for those of you guys who are a fan of that classic Bruce Campbell piece of master filmmaking, we get a brand new comic series that I believe will be releasing on Wednesday, actually, this week. Final order cutoff, though, is required in for issue #2 on Monday, and I really recommend you guys look at these covers. It's part of a Dynamite series of books, which means there are a million covers, but they're all beautifully drawn. Some of them by the people like Ben Oliver, who is an amazing cover artist, who will be soon doing the Magneto series. You have Mirka Andolfo, who will be doing Mercy, who made Unnatural, an unbelievable book, and is doing Unsanctioned right now. Or Unsacred right now. Oh my God, her cover looks amazing. A couple different ones. A great zombie cover. You have Castro doing the FOC. You have
I don't know who this one is by, but this one.
Yeah, Sergio Davila. Yeah, like that is beautiful. I mean, like I don't generally think of Ash as a woman, but with a name like Ashley and the figure that Sergio Davila has drawn for her, whew, that is something. I'm okay with that chainsaw hand. So Army of Darkness fans, get your orders in. Obviously, Wednesday is going to be a big day with some awesome covers, and we're ordering big on it, but get your orders in for #2. Make sure you choose the cover you want. If you want multiple covers, definitely the time to give me the heads up. As I constantly say with Deja Thoris, my favorite heroine of literature from the classic 1905 Barsoom series by Edgar Rice Burroughs, Those on Mars, the various Warlord of Mars, Princess of Mars, etc. Deja Thoris continues to be awesome and has the sexiest covers in all of comics, with covers by Lucio Perillo, Jay Anceletto, Joseph Michael Linsner, and more. Those are beautiful. Any ones that are piquing your eye?
No, the Prio just seems, or Prillo, however you want to pronounce it. He every single week outdoes the previous week.
Yeah.
It's astonishing that he can continue to do that. Waiting for one to just like go a step back, but it's every week they get better and better and better.
Yeah, I mean Linsner. I love Joseph. Him and his wife Christina are great friends, and they are amazing people. But man, the cover on this one's amazing and slightly suggestive with that spaceship. So once again, if you get a chance, previewsworld.com/final orders due. Tell me your thoughts on cover C of Deja Thoris issue number 4. If I'm just insane thinking that's suggestive, feel free to throw the comment out there, bud. Then let's see what else we got. Vampirella Red Sonja issue number 7. Ooh,
this is where Jay Lee shines, in my opinion. These covers have been phenomenal, and there's a couple different ones on here. Cover A's got a blue background, and then they got these crazy, probably 1 in 25 or more,
1 in 20,
50, something or other incentive variants with yellow. One of them being a virgin cover.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Actually, I think it looks way better with yellow. I mean, I'll pay
the yellow is
money.
way better.
Yeah. So obviously, as always with Dynamite, we really strongly suggest you go to previewsworld.com/final orders due. Take a look at all these beautiful and amazing covers by top-tier comic artists that Nick Barucci gets for his company to do these amazing cover options. It's why they do so many covers. And choose the cover you want. That way you get what you want. And, if you get your order in soon, I can guarantee it. So let's make it happen. Actually, I kind of like that Romero cover. That's that very, noir,
I was just thinking the Detective Noir cover.
Yeah.
And if you want to go with the black and white one, I'll gladly Peach Momoko that up with you with some crayons.
Yeah. Actually, once again, it's a pricey one at $50, but Snigoski's Vengeance of Vampirella number 1 cover is beautiful, too. All right. Now let's go to IDW. From Hell is being recolored and reprinted with annotated information, all sorts of amazing stuff. It is the Master Edition of From Hell, one of my favorite comic series that Alan Moore ever did. It's the story of Jack the Ripper. It was done beautifully by Eddie Campbell, and now we're getting the Master Edition. It is the final perfect version of this book. The 10th issue, which is going to have all your ancillary, annotations. It's going to have your appendixes. Is finally going to be out. I actually got to talk to Eddie at Comic-Con last year, and it was funny because I was bringing books to get signed that he had forgotten that were published that had extra stuff, and he's like, talking to his editor saying, we need to make sure this goes into the final issue. So hopefully I had some influence on that book. Nah, probably not. But anyway, so issue 10, the final issue is on FOC. It will be out March 11th. Make sure you get your orders in. It's beautiful prestige format. I love this book. If you haven't grabbed it already, make sure you come and grab our back issues. We can order anything you're missing. It's amazing. Have you ever read From Hell?
I have not. I know everyone keeps saying so many great
Johnny
things about
Depp was in a movie based on this comic.
I know. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take your word that the comic is much better than the movie.
Oh, significantly. Don't get me wrong. I actually like Johnny Depp in the From Hell movie, but the comic books are unbelievable.
So it's one that I keep meaning to pick up. So I know you probably have all 10 of them, right? Or nine of them. So far.
9 are out so far. Yeah, we do. They're amazing. Teenage Mutant Turtles is actually getting a reprint of issue 101, and surprisingly, I hate to say, we need it because TMNT has blown up here. I don't know if you know, we had a signing with Kevin Eastman, one of the creators of the Teenage Mutant Turtles, and I can't order enough. I keep upping and upping and upping my orders, so always good to get your order in before final order cutoff on Teenage Mutant Turtles, but if for any reason you're missing 101 after that amazing signing we had with issue 100, now it's time to get your orders because that cover is beautiful. It features all 5 turtles. Yes, 5 turtles, because we have the new Turtle Jenica on the cover with a great black background. I actually really am impressed by it.
Mm-hmm. I saw, totally off topic here, but that's not Storage Wars. What's the Paunch Stars show where Eastman was on this week?
Oh, was he?
Verifying his signature on a TMNT number 1. That's kind of cool to see him show up on that.
I'm going to reserve my commentary of that pawn shop because, having, stayed in Vegas significantly large amounts of time in my life, I've been to that pawn store a few times.
So he's making commentary while preserving the commentary.
Yeah. So, but no, I love Kevin Eastman, one of the nicest guys in the world. It was so great to have out here for a signing. I mean, he is an amazing artist, a very wonderful and friendly guy. You get to spend a lot of time with him.
Yeah, I enjoyed that entire day. That was one of the best days I've had in a while.
Yeah, he is so awesome.
And we got to have pizza.
Yeah, we ate pizza with the creator of Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Pizza Eating Turtles.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And shortly after that, I locked up my very first copy of anything with Peter Laird's signature on it.
There you go. Yeah. So that was awesome. Hopefully we'll have Kevin out here again. So something to keep in mind, especially when you're placing your orders for things like the second printing of TMNT 101 second printing, because damn, that would look beautiful with a silver or gold Sharpie of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's signature.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then have him do a remark of Splinter because he's not on the cover.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
There you
I wonder
go.
if I didn't even think about asking Kevin to do that. That'd be amazing. All right.
That's what I'm here for.
So let's move on to Image. Decorum. Big new series. This is Jonathan Hickman. Yes, House of X, Powers of 10, X-Men, Jonathan Hickman. Brand new Image series. It is a creator-owned indie book, Decorum. And we also have a new cover that was not in any of the initial orders by Jamie McKelvey, the man behind Wicked and Divine, Young Avengers, and so many other amazing titles. Phonogram. It looks beautiful. I'm super hyped on this big world-building new series. Have you had a chance to look into this at all, or?
I purposely didn't for one reason. When that previews book came out and I saw that on the little solicit and I saw Jonathan Hickman's name next to it, I just walked over, put my name on the list, got both covers that were available at the time, and said, surprise me. I don't want to know what the heck it is about until I start reading it. But thanks for clicking on it so I can read it now.
Yeah, we're going to ruin that for you. In fact, I'm going to make you read the solicit while I tell everyone, if you go to previousworld.com/final orders due, there's even a video trailer for the opening of the series. So make sure you check that out. We'll probably get a link to it on our actual Facebook feed and other social media on Monday. But,
well, the solicit is totally like polar opposite of me. There are many assassins in the known universe. This is a story of the most well-mannered one. Manners are a sensitive awareness of the feelings of others. If you have that awareness, you have good manners, no matter what knife you use. So it's like Hannibal Lecter in space.
I mean, it was an assassin with good decorum, if I can be
Lecter.
particular with that. Yes.
He hated people with bad manners.
So yeah, this is going to be awesome.
Manners. I actually have good manners. I might be a jerk sometimes, but I have good manners.
Yeah, it's
shut up.
Relative. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's Jonathan Hickman. You have Mike Huddleston on art. I have been wanting to see interior artwork from Mike Huddleston again for a while, so this is really awesome. We're going to have a new ongoing series with Mike Huddleston interiors and Hickman. This is like A-team level art book.
The art is, if there was anything that draw your attention more than the Hickman name attached to this, it's the artwork.
Oh, the covers look
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean, with alternate covers aside, you have two covers from Huddleston. Two. So one traditional form, one in a very artistic, style, and then, of course, the McKelvey C cover. A lot of great covers. Screw it. I'm going to tell you all right now. I'm buying all three. Some good stuff. I also love the cover for Manifest Destiny 42. For those of you who are big fans of Lewis and Clark and want to see them fight giant monsters in the early forms of America right after the Louisiana Purchase, that's a great comic series. I will gladly sell you the trade paperbacks on that to catch you up if you're not already. But Sacagawea and a bear, good cover.
Polk, fine American.
Yeah.
It was Polk, right? That was responsible for the Louisiana Purchase?
I don't believe it
Wasn't it his thing, 5240
Dude, you're asking the guy who gained American citizenship when he turned 18.
5240 or die, wasn't that his slogan? Anyway.
Yeah. Somebody comment in the comments. Who is the true American amongst you all? Get that comment in there. Because I hate to say it's not me.
Well, duh. You're British.
I earned my, citizenship in a very hard manner, and we're going to hope that it worked out.
Let's put it this way. If the Brits were still here when Polk was president, we would have whooped their ass again.
We've lost all our English viewership now. We need a lot of great other books on there that are continuing on their run. Everything from Reaver, which is the Suicide Squad of your Dungeons & Dragons team. Safe Sex, which is a wonderful way of looking at how bad bureaucracy would ruin the fun of your bedroom lifestyle. Snot Girl, which is like if...
snot on a girl.
No, actually, I was going to say it was more like if Scott Pilgrim was a female. And then Sonata, which I cannot wait to see this as a live-action TV series. We're so knowing what we know about who's producing it, and we can't talk about. But, love you, Brian Haberlin. Like, you had to kill us with that teaser.
Yeah. Yes.
But, Sonata's such a great series.
Don't miss it. It's going to be huge.
Oh!
That and his other one.
Yes, and Marked. That one's also going to be
Marked
big.
has got another big name.
Oh, you know what the worst
to
thing is? I'm going to tell you all right now. This is something I get to keep, and none of you get to see. In a few days, I'm going to go hang out with Brian Haberlin, an amazing... He lives 30 minutes north of here, but I'm going to go hang out with him, literally in Portland, almost 1,000 miles north of here, and he's going to give me a 3D version of Mark #1. It is, I hate to say, going to come right back home with me. Ken's going to murder me just watching this right now. Anyway, Stealth, brand new series from Image, and that's always a good sign, particularly that it's also Skybound, which is Robert Kirkman's section of Image, which means it's already going to have deals with people like Amazon Prime. It is already a huge thing because Kirkman gave it his seal of approval, and it's written by Mike Costa, who has good, just like a good history of like, wow, this is amazing stuff. And better yet, I believe it was based off of a Robert Kirkman, Mark Silvestri story from back in the Top Cow days. So, you want to talk a little bit about Stealth?
Well, besides everything that you mentioned, which just is an instant hit, this series actually looks really cool. I mean, it is about a character that has waged war on crime in Detroit for decades.
A place with a lot of crime.
Yeah, and apparently, no commentary. But now... He's not doing too good of a job if it was modern day Detroit. He's taking his pursuit of justice just too far. And I'm trying to get this part. Is it saying that Stealth's father has Alzheimer's, or Stealth is the father with Alzheimer's? There's poor grammar in writing this solicit. But anyway, it's only one reporter, Tony Barber, knows that behind Stealth's reckless behavior is an older man battling Alzheimer's, his father. A father unwilling to accept that he's no longer the hero of the city, and it sounds like he's the hero.
He's the one with Alzheimer's. Well, that makes it way more interesting.
Enemies all too eager to force his retirement. So I'm going with that. This is a hero of elderly age with Alzheimer's disease, and it's going to be cool.
Yeah, this has me excited.
I can't wait to read this. I hope this sheds a lot of light on this disease. And for the better part, if it does, that it does become a series, because that is something that I think would draw a lot of attention in a good, positive way. And
the best thing is, if you're at all on the line on this, if you go to previousworld.com/finalordersdue, the link is in the comments, so it's really nice and easy to just click on there. You can pause our video and come back to it later, assuming we get that appreciation that you'll come back to us. There is a preview actually on there. When you click on Stealth, there is a multi-page preview of the comic, so you can see the actual interior artwork and read some of the story in advance of purchasing it, in advance of even ordering it. So, once again, George, beautiful comment on there with that link. It's right there, yeah. Download the preview right now?
Oh, it downloads? I thought it just opens. I wanted to see if it was the old man.
Yeah,
the costume
it actually just loads up right there,
fantastic as well. So he's got a really great superhero costume.
Yeah,
kind of like
Jason Howard cover.
Iron Man meets Batman meets Archangel, Dark Hawk. Just quickly see if it gives us a reveal of who he is.
Yeah, we're actually reading the preview live, so you can watch us as we take a look at this. This is actually really good. Yeah,
the artwork's great. Very action-packed.
Yeah, Nate Bellegarde, really good job. I mean, definitely has Detroit down.
And no reveal.
Yeah.
But I'm going to, from that solicit, poor writing aside.
The poor writing in the solicitation, which is, which is a salesperson.
Was one long run-on sentence.
Yeah.
So, if you need an editor, previews...
Yeah.
I passed third grade English.
You realize in 3 days I have to sit down with a woman who writes
sorry,
this stuff? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I blame me.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Stealth looks amazing, and those are the Image books that are on Final Order Cut Off this Monday. Now we're going to go to the big, deep well that is one of the largest comic publishers out there. The people I always want to yell at because, well, they produce some of the greatest stories in comics, also produce a ridiculous amount of them. It is Marvel!
And I agree with you. I love Marvel. I've been a long-time reader of Marvel. But they just put out way too much. And by too much, I don't mean there's too many issues. The problem with the fact that there's too many issues is that not all of them are good.
Yeah. So there's a lot I want to talk about here. First off, I want to mention once again that the themed variants this month, so we're going to see variants for a lot of the Marvel titles focused around Spider-Woman. Why? Well, we'll find out, I guess, in March. That's the best I can tell you. But she's getting a new series.
She's getting her series. We already had that on FOC.
Yeah, but anyway, so some great theme variants such as those for Amazing Spider-Man. One thing I want to point out, look at the Ant-Man cover for issue number 3. Those of you following along at home.
There's no Ant-Man in it?
Yeah, the Ant-Man cover for issue 3, I mean, I know that we're going to have a guest starring role of Spider-Man and Black Cat, but it's kind of weird that you have an Ant-Man comic that says Ant-Man ever so clearly in the logo, and
he's
features
got to be somewhere in it in like
Spider-Man and
form.
Black Cat. Yeah.
Let's look.
All right, we're all going to take a brief moment and look at this cover.
There he is. Found him.
Oh, what do you
like,
know?
where's
He's
Waldo?
in there. Yeah. Who wants to play this game with us? So
Nice
Ant-Man number 3.
Cool cover, though.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful cover. I do love it. Who did that cover? That was Eduard Petrovich. Beautiful cover. Avengers 30, which is the first appearance of the new Star brand, young little infant child, is getting a second printing where he is the focus on the cover. It is a zoomed-in panel, but new Star brand's kind of a cutie.
First cover appearance.
Yeah, there you go. As well as Avengers 32 with its great Mike McCone Spider-Woman variant. Let's see. We also, of course, have Cable number 1 finally coming in there. This has me particularly excited because, while I am not a huge Cable fan, I hate to say, I'm a big fan of Gary Dugan, who is the writer on my favorite Dawn of X book, Marauders. He is taking on a new Dawn of X title. It is the Dawn of Rebellion, focused around the protagonist that is...
Young Cable.
Yes. You want to talk that one up?
Sure. And I do love Cable, but I'm a much bigger fan of the old Cable than I am the young Cable. That said, I do like Gary Dugan, so I'm going to pick this up. There's 2 amazing covers. There is an all-black cover, which, those are very hard to find pristine, so get yours and don't touch it. And then one day you
Get an
find
awesome
an
whiteout sketch on
amazing
it.
artist from someone. And then there's the Phil Noto cover on the other one. And I'm curious, is it meant to look like a folded poster? Is that how it's going to look?
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Then I'm okay with it. I just thought they were getting lazy on that.
Yeah, Scotty Young gets an amazing cover in there, as well as a Captain Marvel cover. No, sorry.
The Captain
just
Marvel
Scotty
cover
Young
is for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. But yeah, so that one looks really exciting. I mean, I'm kind of hyped because, you just finished Fallen Angels along with most of the readers there. Like, what were your thoughts on Cable?
I think he was underutilized in that series, but like I said, I like Cable. The younger Cable is more of like a smart-ass punk kid.
It's going to be amazing how he grows up into the X-Force version.
The grumpy old smart-ass man. That said, I'm looking forward to it. I like Gary Dugan. I like what he's been doing lately, and I'm a big fan of Cable. So
yeah, I gotta say I'm not a fan of Cable, and I'm actually gonna grab this. It looks exciting. Let me go to my audience, and there's Ray. You're a big X-Men fan. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Cable series?
Well, I remember we both said it looked dumb when it was first coming out, but I might actually look at the last page and see if I like it or not.
He reserves all comment until he can open it and flip to the last page.
I don't know if any of that got heard on the live stream.
Yeah, you're better off. That was almost as bad as my Superman Year 1 review.
So don't ever go to the live audience is what you learned here. If you're watching this on Facebook Live and you ever want to do your own Facebook Live video, don't ever go to the live audience.
At least we're honest.
Yeah, we try our best. I'm actually going to be really, really honest with you guys in the moment when we get to the end of the Marvel reviews.
But here's the real thing. We all don't like Matthias, so we try to hurt his sales.
That's no, man. I think here's the nice thing is we all love comics here. We're all going to be honest with you because we would rather that everyone walks away with a book that they enjoy rather than Knowhere makes an additional sale. Obviously, Knowhere is a business and we always want to do better, but it is one of those things that we are a community. Not just the store as a whole, but everyone here. We are a community. We love you. We support you because we all have this one shared common interest. It is comics. It is games. It is geekdom in its entirety. And we all want to be friends. That's what we're here for, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And before you get to the one I know you want to talk about.
Oh, you know what?
We're going to talk real quick about Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is a sleeper hit that's flying under the radar for the most part, from what I could tell. It is a fantastic read, a lot of fun. If you're a big Ghost Rider fan, you should have already been reading this. But on top of that, talk about those first appearances that just kind of snuck by everyone. Everyone was expecting, because I've seen it solicited like crazy for a future Ghost Rider issue. I think it's 6 or 7 or something like that coming up. Actually appeared in the one-shot Queen of Hell with Lilith that just released last week. The character showed up.
And, I didn't catch it. I hate to say.
If you're reading the comic book all the way to the end and you read the little writer's comments on the back, it told you in Ghost Rider number 5 to make sure to get that book because of the big reveal of the character. But they didn't say it. They just really hinted at it. So
yeah, we'll see a second printing of that very soon on
definitely.
FOC. Probably be in next week's FOC.
It's a great character. It's a great story arc, and I'm glad I grabbed that. I'm glad I read that little 2-page blurb in the back, because I wouldn't have picked up the one shot.
So the lesson here: always read your comic books.
Yep.
So the one I've been wanting to talk about was Gwen Stacy. I'm going to be 100% honest on this with all of you. I actually already told the writer Christos, who's a friend of mine, or where my opinions were on this. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm not going to lie. Gwen Stacy #1 was coming out. I picked it up for the covers. I am that horrible person where I picked it up for the covers because they were beautiful covers, and I love the character Gwen Stacy. I did not think the book could be that great. Oh my God, was I wrong. It was amazing. It was an unbelievable read. This is Nancy Drew to the most extreme sense of perfection. Christos Gage made a book that if you just want an awesome female protagonist who's an incredible detective and a high school age hero, it is great for all ages. But if you're a hardcore Spider-Man fan and you love the lore and history of Peter Parker and all the New York Marvel characters, it gives you everything from Kingpin to Peter Parker prior, to being Spider-Man. You're going to get to see Norman and Harry Osborn. Because if you remember, you weren't introduced to Harry Osborn or Gwen Stacy until Peter went off to college. This is Gwen in high school, and it is amazing. This was such a brilliant series, perfect for all ages, a must-read book, and it continues on with beautiful covers by the likes of Todd Knock. I believe that's Adam Hughes on the A cover. Let's find out. That is Adam Hughes on the A cover, who's one of the top artists in the industry. You have Todd Knock doing the interior pages that are amazing on every single panel. And then Christos Gage kicking butt over and over. And I talked to Christos a little bit last night, and literally he's like, oh, it gets better with each issue. So I'm super, super excited. Do not miss out on this. If you didn't grab #1 already, grab #1. Look at that. I just sold one to the audience. So yeah, you need this book. It is unbelievable. I am so hyped about this. I cannot wait to see this continue on. This is going to be the most amazing 5 issues that a miniseries has seen at Marvel in a while.
All right. Should we try it again and go live? George just finished reading it.
No, he's halfway.
No, you're not done reading it? So
good.
far, it's good, he says.
Yeah, I'm going to continue reading it.
All right.
Halfway through, and he's going to finish the book.
Look at the enthusiasm.
No, continue buying.
Yeah. No, he's continuing. He says he's in for the long run. All 5 issues? All right. There we go.
The last page.
We're going to have Ray last page it for you.
Yeah.
That's good. The last page.
Oh, I like it.
Last page is good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Ray's seal of approval.
All right, so we're getting that live audience approval. We still should never go to the live audience.
Never. I was thinking that was going to go south again.
Yeah. All right. So Immortal Hulk fans, of course, Immortal Hulk is getting issue number 32, continuing on with the beautiful Alex Ross cover, an amazing Spider-Man themed cover as Immortal Hulk continues to sell out. We continue to recommend you get your orders in because I cannot seem to find the ceiling on this book. And Immortal Hulk Great Power, which was the amazing Tom Taylor solo one-shot featuring Peter Parker as the Immortal Hulk, if I got that correct. Mm-hmm. Getting a second printing by the wonderful artist in the interiors, Molina. We have a amazing penultimate issue to Jessica Jones about to hit its FOC with Jessica Jones ever so wonderfully wearing the Miss Marvel, not the Captain Marvel, but Miss Marvel outfit. Let's see what else we got on there. Star Wars
Bounty just continuing stuff. New Mutants continuing on. Punisher Soviet continuing on, which is a great read if you're not reading it.
Yeah, get your back order requests in because we are sold out again and again and again. And I keep reordering the early issues. But Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Ethan Sachs hopping on with Paulo Villanelli. Great artist. I've actually seen his work before. I just can't pronounce his name worth a damn. But anyway, Ethan Sachs did an amazing job with the Darth Vader Target series. He introduced a brand new character in there, an awesome bounty hunter named Valance. And we get to see him return in a new series that also features two of the most popular bounty hunters to walk out of Empire Strikes Back, Bosk and Boba Fett. Really, really cool stuff. Do you want to explain this a little bit?
Sure. I have not read up on this yet, so let's just continue where he left off sort of here. And so they actually look like they're teaming up, the three of them, and they take a mission which goes sideways in a very bad way after Valance's mentor, Nakano Lash, betrays them. So let's see here. Escape with their lives and da-da-da-da-da. Looks like it's just a really good solid action adventure with three great bounty hunters, and the cover for this is absolutely gorgeous. Let me get the whole thing so I can see. Yeah, that is cool. If you're a Star Wars fan, a Boba Fett fan, you should be getting this. I'm gonna probably add this one to my pool. He has a score to settle, but so does Boba Fett. So yeah, I'm in. And here comes Matthias, because again, I apologize, I'm not fully read up on that solicit, but unless you know more about other than they're betrayed. And
I mean, I'll put it this way, if you were a fan of Darth Vader the Target, you need to read this. If you never read Darth Vader Target, no worries, this will dive you right back in, and you can't go wrong with anything with Boba Fett in Star Wars. I mean, he is, in my opinion, the coolest character in Star Wars. It's the reason why Mandalorian, a knockoff version of Boba Fett, and I don't mean to belittle Mandalorian because we all love that show, made such a cool show. So, Boba Fett.
Let's be totally real here, though. Boba Fett looked cool.
That's all you need in certain
all
things.
you needed.
Yeah, especially when you got covers by Lee Bermejo.
The Mando is cool because we actually get a story.
I think Boba Fett is cool. Like I've
love
read a
Boba
lot
Fett.
of like prose novels. I've read comics. Boba Fett is the best.
Yeah, but you're not getting that in the live action movies, is what I'm saying. You have to be a diehard nerdy.
Did you watch Return of the Jedi? I mean, Boba Fett was pretty badass, even if he did get eaten up by a Sarlacc pit.
Did he though? Did he?
Well, I mean, he came back out, obviously. In my opinion, we'll see how Legends continues with this.
The Andrews variant on that is just the solo of Boba Fett.
I mean, well, there's a reason, because once again, all right, tell me in the comments, is Boba Fett not your favorite Star Wars character? Who's your favorite Star Wars character? Leave it in the comments. Rey? Of course, Rey.
Rey is Rey.
Yeah, but anyway, Carrie Andrews did a great B cover also, so if you want an amazing Boba Fett cover, that's the way to do it.
I'm all about my man, Ponda Baba.
Ah, you would be.
Yeah.
It looks like you.
Sadly.
And those of you guys who are loving the new Darth Vader series, as if the amazing covers that were already pre-existing weren't awesome enough, there's a second printing cover that has a really cool piece as well. It is an interesting look on Darth Vader right after Empire Strikes Back, where if you really think about it, this is a man who had two children he thought were dead. He thought his one child was dead. He had twins, and 18 years later, he finds out they're both alive and are full-grown adults now. How crazy would that be mentally to try and, deal with after you lost your wife? Now we get that story told by the great Charles Soule in the comic book series. It is a really dark and interesting tale. I am super hyped about that. So make sure you get your orders in on the Darth Vader #1 second printing. And then, of course, Darth Vader #2 also on FOC on the same week with multiple covers. Big one I really want to point out, Kylo Ren, issue #4. Final issue of Kylo Ren. It is the most popular Star Wars book I think we've ever had in the shop. It is selling out left and right. We keep reordering. It keeps selling out. Issue #4 has a cover by local artist E.M. Gist. Eric, the artist, is a customer here. He's a great guy. Encinitas local. He will do a signing here in late April. So make sure you get your order on this. This is going to sell out no matter how many I order. It is a beautiful cover, and you can get it signed by the artist who is here. Yeah, I mean, he's here for one of the first customers every Wednesday. I love it. So, make sure you get that order in. Shall we go on snapshots?
Sure.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of speed it up, though. I think your phone's about to die.
Yeah, we should probably look into that. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to rush through this a little bit. Beautiful covers by Gabriel Dell'Otto, as well as by who is that? That's not
I want to say Alex Ross, but it's not Alex Ross.
Yeah. But written by, of course, Alan Burnett and Kurt Busiek, art by Jerry Ordway, as we get to deal with classic Namor, celebrating his actually it's a little bit after his 80th anniversary. Yeah, it is Alex Ross. So cool stuff there. Make sure you grab it. It's a one-shot. It's Namor. I know that John Lopez will be all about this. We're going to run a little bit quickly because I just did not expect our battery to be running low on that. Facsimile edition, reprinting Thor 229.
229, which is important. Why? Because it's the first appearance of Dweller in the Darkness.
Yes. But it also has the advertisement for Hulk 181, which will be reprinted because facsimile editions do perfect reprints like that, which will technically, arguably, be the first time you see Wolverine in print.
Second.
Yeah, second time? Okay.
Third.
Third? Yeah.
Yeah, technically 180, Daredevil, then this one.
All right. Thor number 4, very popular series. Keep selling out because you guys got to get your orders into me. Make sure that you all get your copies. It's great. It has a Spider-Woman cover.
Thor number 4 is going to be a big one. Don't miss this one. If the rumors are true, do not miss this one.
Then, of course, we have some True Believers, which is the first appearance in L. Hulkling revealed to be actually the son of the Skrull and the Kree leaders. An Empire set up with Quioi in there. Venom 24, always good. I'm going to really quickly go off on X-Men Grand Design because it's putting out a $100 omnibus for 6 issues that cost you $8 at maximum per issue, which I think is bullshit. But if you want an order, we'll get it in. Otherwise, this is me being honest with you because we love being that way. That is not the way to go. Let's see what else we got. X-Men by Jonathan Hickman gets a trade, as well as X-Men Fantastic Four gets a second printing with a brand new, beautiful Terry Dodson cover. I love. Adler. Amazing new series, female protagonist. It is great. It deals with Irene Adler, Jane Eyre, and a lot of other classic characters from Victorian history and stories. Make sure you get your orders in. Agretzko gets a second printing on number 1, which we sold out of. It's an awesome series on Netflix by Sanrio. Issue 2 coming out. Anything else we need to go on? Bloodshot.
No, I think these are all. There's a lot of. They're doing their own True Believers in this now.
Yeah. So I really hate to say because we're worried about the camera dying out. Make sure you go to previewsworld.com. Final orders due. Check things out. Get your orders in. We're gonna have to end this live stream a little bit early because of the battery on this. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys Wednesday.
And if it doesn't say Micro Machine, it's not the real thing.
There you go. See you guys later. How do I end this right now?
Hit the finish button.